First story. The worst pain I've ever felt. I 30 invested 12 years of my life into a relationship with someone I was convinced would one day be my wife. 12 years was such a long time for me, as my previous longest relationship lasted only 3 years. If the relationship lasted so long, I thought that was a sure sign it would last forever. And yet it all came crashing down when she decided to start dating some other guy for months and not even tell me. The warning signs were there, but I didn't want to listen to them. The system was blinking red, and I chose to ignore it, because ignorance is bliss. Her cheating on me? That couldn't possibly be right, I thought. She loves me. She knows firsthand the pain of getting cheated on, so there's no way she would ever think of doing such a thing to me. She wouldn't want to give that pain to someone else. I was wrong. Words can't describe the feeling I had when I found out. She didn't tell me, and I didn't go looking for an answer. I found out completely by accident. I don't want to explain how, so please don't ask. I felt myself get gutted, my heart sink into my chest and rip into a billion little pieces. How could she do this to me? The same girl who had meltdowns if I even talked to another girl had been dating another guy for months. How could she? I'd been cheated on before, but this was a much different scale. The other girl at least flat out told me. What that girl did to me was nothing compared to this. It's been just over a month since that day, and I'm still a wreck. My self-confidence? Gone. I'm not good enough for girls to like, which is why they always cheat on me and leave me. That must be it, right? He treats me better, that must mean I'm a bad person. I'm a terrible person, and that's why she cheated on me. This is all my fault. I thought I treated her like a queen, and she did and said some extremely horrible things to me during our time together, such as constantly accusing Emmy of cheating, for no reason at all, but I must be mistaken. It's my fault. My mind has gone to bad places all because of this disaster, and everything reminds me of her and what she did to me. All those photos I took with her. She was cheating, thinking of some other guy. All those happy memories? Tainted. I don't even know if I have it in me to trust anyone with my heart ever again. I'm tired of it being destroyed. Sorry if too long, but I had to get this off my chest. Update. Recovery. This is an update to my previous post. If you didn't read that one, I'll give an abridged version. A man who found out his girlfriend of 12 years had another boyfriend for at least a few months, and needless to say, I did not take the news well at all. I'll spare you those details, but my mental state was at the absolute lowest it has ever been in my entire life, which, if you knew me personally, would say a lot. Anyways, a lot has happened since my previous post, and I just felt like giving an update. To make a very, very long story short, my ex kept going out of her way to contact me so that she could manipulate and gaslight me some more. She confessed to me that she was being mistreated by the guy she claimed treated her better, with proof, which I won't go into the details of. Basically, he was doing everything to her that she had done to me. Manipulation, accusations of cheating, and the like. She told me that she wanted me again, and as a result of all her manipulation, I believed it. Then, just a few days later, she told me she was lying because she was scared I would hurt myself. As you can probably guess, that hurt a lot. The amount of pain and torment that one person has put me through is absolutely unfathomable. She then cut all contact with me because she wanted to be loyal to the guy she was being mistreated by. Though some of the things she said to me, even after her cheating came to light, were anything but loyal to him. I was then in the blackest darkness of my life, and I saw no way out. But then something unthinkable happened. I met someone new, someone much nicer and who actually treats me like a human being instead of a toy. Nothing has been made official between us yet, but regardless, things seem a lot brighter now than they did a few weeks ago, and I actually feel happy. I genuinely forgot what it was like to be treated well. I really like her, but the road to recovery is still quite rocky, and I'm still not perfect, but I'm learning to be okay with that. Thank you to everyone who commented and left advice on my previous post. It genuinely meant the world. And to anyone else in this community going through a similar struggle, you've got this. There really is light at the end of the tunnel. I have been to a therapist, yeah. And don't worry, I'm not reliant on this new girl for happiness. I'm better now at being happy by myself. She just makes me happy too. I think I am good with being happy on my own for now that I'm free from my ex's manipulation. And things with this new girl aren't set in stone, but it's nice to have someone to talk to who actually treats me like a person. I don't know what the future will bring, but for once, I'm actually optimistic about it. Update. Hello again. This is my second update to the worst pain I've ever felt, which was my first post in this subreddit. To give an abridged version once again. I am who found out that his girlfriend of 12 years had been dating another guy for a few months, and finding out such a thing destroyed me, for lack of a better word. But in my last post, I was doing better. Don't worry, because I still am doing better, but some more stuff happened between my last post and now that I just wanted to get off my chest. As mentioned previously, I've met someone new. She isn't my girlfriend and things between us have kind of slowed down a bit due to life and all that, but I am still interested in her. As such, any interest in my ex, I'll give her the fake name of Juliet for convenience, was gone. Even if I didn't have the new girl in my life, I knew Juliet wasn't above cheating and abuse, as even before she cheated, my family and friends were all screaming at me that her behavior towards me was abusive and that there was something seriously wrong with her in the brain. I ignored all their warnings, telling myself that our love would overcome all those problems and she would change her ways once she got better. I chose to believe in her, and you know how that ended. So yeah, I didn't want to be with Juliet anymore and had no more interest in trying to win her back or any of that. Even though I could tell that she really wanted me to. But she still confided in me that the guy she cheated on me with, I'll give him the fake name of Ian, was treating her poorly, and she rescinded her claims that he treated her better than I did. Her confessions got darker and darker, until she eventually told me that his treatment of her and her guilt over what she did to me made her try to unalive herself, to put it lightly. Despite everything, I was still worried for her safety, so I tried to talk her out of doing it again, and it seemed to work. During the same time, Ian, being insecure over me, began behavior that can only be described as stalking, cyberstalking, to be precise. He would keep tabs on any Discord servers he knew I was in, obsessively watch over my Instagram and any other social media profiles of mine to see what I was doing. Found all my and my sister's information, which he then used to contact her. I don't wish to discuss what he said to her, so please don't ask. He had what seemed like dozens of alts, so blocking him and getting rid of him was difficult. If I blocked one of his accounts, 2 more would show up in their place. Juliet was the same way. As it's not uncommon for her to join Discord servers, I'm using alts and pretend to be someone else to try and get close to me. I can always tell when it's her. Despite having blocked her before, she always found a way to circumvent it, and when she brought up wanting to unalive herself, I caved in and tried to stop it, on the off chance that she was actually being serious. Even though I know that every word out of her mouth is nothing more than a lie. Being with her for 2 years, I knew that she had a history of suicidal thinking and mental illness, so I got scared. She also has a history of stalking me as well, and when I blocked her on Instagram, 4 accounts unfollowed me at the same time. Instagram has a thing where you can block someone's account and any more accounts they may have or create. So I do believe that those 4 accounts that unfollowed me all at the same time were her alts as well. That she probably made follow my account to keep tabs on me. I was never really restrictive with who follows me, despite my account being private, but I definitely will be now. A while ago I was feeling down and depressed, and I came to realize that the only times in the past little while that I've felt at peace were when Juliet was not in my life anymore. I realized that I was tired of being a puppet and that I had lost all respect for myself ever since this situation began, so I finally decided that enough was enough. I sent her a message on all accounts that I knew were connected to her, calling her out for being a manipulative and abusive cheater, and telling her that she and Ian deserved each other, because they were both psychotic, manipulative, abusive liars. I demanded her to cease all communication with me at once, stop making fake accounts to try and reach out to me, and to stop stalking me. I warned her that a restraining order might be in her future if she continues to try and contact me. I'm no lawyer, so I don't know the process of getting one, but I am tired of being stalked by my abusive ex-girlfriend and the man she cheated on me with, so I will definitely read into it if the situation calls for it. After that, I blocked her on all her new accounts that she made since the last update. I'm truly finished with her manipulation and stalking, and I'm just hoping that she respects my wishes and never attempts to contact me again. The Juliet era of my life is, hopefully, finally over for good. I do feel like I came out of this situation a changed man. I regained the respect for myself that I had lost, and have a newfound sense of love for myself. Even if things don't work out with the new girl, but I really want them to, I'm not gonna wallow in sadness like I did with Juliet. Because I now know that I will never waste my time crying over someone who has it in them to neglect me or treat me horribly like that ever again. They don't deserve my tears. That's the one good thing that she taught me. Thanks, then, Juliet. There's still some more stuff that I haven't said. Like how Juliet has apparently begun spreading false accusations that I did something bad to her. I don't want to say it, so you can fill in the blanks, but this post is already way too long. In all likelihood, this will be my last update, unless she continues to try and contact me and I wind up dragging her to court for stalking charges. Not sure about the process to do that, but I hopefully won't need to worry about that. Thank you guys for all your advice. Love y'all. Update. I honestly thought I would never post here again, but here we are. It's been forever since I last posted here about the flaming wreckage that was my relationship with a girl I gave the fake name of Juliet. My last interaction with her was over a year and a half ago, where we finally made peace and I finally accepted the way things were. Our relationship had ended, and it ended because she left me for someone else. Okay, obviously that hurt when it happened in August 2022, but it's August 2024 now. In 2023 I had a new girlfriend, someone that I love dearly and who I could never imagine leaving me for someone else. She left me for someone else. Or at least that's the result I've drawn from my shoddy internet detective work, so for all I know, I could be wrong. First a cheater, then a ghoster. I'm so lucky. Anyways, I was single, and believe it or not, I was okay with it. My life has changed drastically since I last gave an update here. For reasons I won't go into, things are a lot brighter for me. Or at least they were until I heard from Juliet again a few days ago. This girl with the memory of an elephant, who remembers the most random things from the early days of our relationship, that even I had forgotten about. Somehow forgot about the time that we made peace with each other, and decided to reach out to me 2 years after D-Day to apologize. This was her third time apologizing, that I can remember, and the fact that it was so long after I last talked to her was just suspicious. Anyways, now she's gone again. She made a few comments that made me think that she might have wanted me back. And like an idiot I held on to a small amount of hope. Because even after everything, abuse, heartbreak, infidelity, deceit, manipulation, gaslighting, slander about me, and everything in between, I just can't get rid of the love I had for her. I can repress it, I can ignore it, but I can never get rid of it. Why can't I just stop loving her? Even after everything she did, even after all this time, I just can't. She was the first girl that I ever loved with my whole heart, and maybe that's why. I don't know. I was left on my bedroom floor, crying my eyes and guts out as I remembered her and the girl who came after her. The wound that had long since healed was hurting once again, and I was a mess. She did what she does best, she destroyed me, even if she ostensibly didn't want to. If I had to guess, she'll be back. I have no idea when, but I know her well enough to know that she probably will be. And if she talks in such a way that makes me think that she wants me back, I know myself well enough to know that I'll probably take it to heart. Even though I know fully well I'm just setting myself up for another round of flooding my bedroom floor with tears. Even if she mistreats me, at least she gives me attention, right? Even if she only comes back to me because she wants something, like my money or just the reassurance that she always has a backup plan. If the guy she left me for leaves her too, at least she gives me attention, right? Obviously I'm being sarcastic. I thought I won. I thought I won when I found my next girlfriend. I thought I won when I finally broke free from her control and became my own person again. I thought I won when I finally regained all the social connections that she tried to isolate me from. I thought I won. I lost, or at least it feels like I did. I don't know. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Second story. I just found out my husband cheated on me and I don't know what to do now. My wife, 32F, and I, 37M, have been together for 6 years and married for 2. She has 2 kids who I lovingly took into care and I even adopted them. Everything was great between us, or so I thought. I definitely loved her and felt she loved me too. I really didn't see any problems. We do have sex regularly, so it's not like she's been deprived. I think the worst part honestly is that I know who she slept with twice and has been sexting for the past month. Basically, I came upon her messages with other guy on her iPad. She was out at a dinner with friends and I just was simply going to look and see if this text I unsent to a group chat she's in with me was actually removed, and she couldn't see it. As soon as I log into her iPad, there it is. I see her Instagram DMs with other guy. The guy is one of my closest friends' cousin. I've known him for over 15 years now. We've never been close and I've honestly never really liked him. At all. And he definitely doesn't like me either because it showed in these messages. She followed him first and he followed her back. She messaged him first and he messaged her back. This all happened after they already slept together as she was on a work trip and they just ran into each other by surprise. I was sick when I saw these messages. It was all sexual. She constantly put me down in her messages, comparing him to me and asking for more sex, doing the things she won't done with me. I found it really sad to be honest. Then they started talking about sending pictures and she told him to download Signal. So of course, I went looking through her iPad to find it. And I did. It was even worse. She sent nudes of herself and told him to jerk off to them. He sent her dick pics after she asked. It was like he was a little puppy just following every one of her commands. But the thing that I found most disrespectful and disgusting is that she sent a pic of herself and told him she has sex with me while imagining him. The second time they slept together was when she was in town to visit her sister, my friend, and she told him she'd save some time for him. They met at a hotel she chose and I'm so oblivious as I literally had no clue. Apparently she was on top because she messaged him, "Am I better than your wife on top?" It's disgusting. It was then he ended it. Only then. She begged and begged him to not leave her and continue their affair. She even threw out that I was a lame dick. I got erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation, which is so not true. Because I just diagnosed diabetes. She was very desperate. She'd message him 30 times if he didn't respond right away. And she indulged him. Then he tells her take a nude with me or our kids then send to him. I mean, this is all beyond just cheating. This is a full-on betrayal. She let her go on and on trash-talking me while sending nudes and he'd send some in return. I am livid. I'm just stuck on what to do now. I don't know how the divorce will go. I don't know how custody will go. I don't think I can stay with her. I'm sure she regrets it, but I don't care. She sent many times in her messages that she shouldn't and that she's married, but that's her kinky flirting. I should have known something was off when one night she just broke down sobbing in front of me. She wouldn't tell me what was wrong and I comforted her. I'm sure it was this. I haven't confronted her about this yet. I will. I'm busting figuring out how to do it so I'm not yelling at her. I only found out last night and I haven't seen her today since she left early to play yoga. I was disgusted to sleep in the same bed with her last night. I just don't even recognize her. I'm so hurt by this. Who did I marry? My wife that I've been with for 6 years cheated on me twice and sexted with my friend's cousin. I don't know how to carry on from here. Update. I did call a friend of mine who's a lawyer and asked her what the hell do I do. I took photos of all the chats and pics right after I found them. It was on an app that deletes it, so I only got that day of messaging the day I found it. I took photos of the Insta DMs too. My lawyer friend gave me the contact info of a divorce lawyer she knows. About custody, she said that I won't be automatically given sole custody and the court might rule shared custody, since he's been in the kids' lives and caring for them for over a year. I also am thinking about what's best for the kids, not me. They love her so much and she's good to them. I don't want to take that away from them because of our issues. It does suck because I do have a looming feeling that if it came down to it, they'd choose her over me. They adore her so much. I did pretend nothing was wrong when she came back home. It helps when you take Valium. Eventually, she did notice the fact that I wasn't talking to her, didn't give her attention and avoiding her. So I did confront her. I told her I knew about everything and I tried to keep my cool, but I did yell at her a lot, call her bunch of name. I couldn't help it. She was silent throughout it all and I could see the guilt on her face. She looked terrible. I told her that not only was it disrespectful to cheat on me, but to also the conversation between this guy as she says horrible stuff about me. I asked her why over and over but she just couldn't come up with an answer, which makes this harder. All she could do was apologize and beg me not to leave her. She said I just used him for sex only and that this was the only time, that she loves me and not him. It was so hard, and I didn't know what to do so I just left and stayed the night at a friend's. I haven't spoken to her since but we do see each other every day since we do still live in the same house. It's awkward and silent to say the least. I mostly just avoid her. I talked to my friends, and one of them suggested couples counseling since I do have a little bit of love for her, hate myself for it, and the other just said to leave her cheating ass. I did also tell my one friend that it was her cousin who she cheated with and she felt horrible. It's not her fault but she kept apologizing and I feel horrible that she feels this way. I did also get a STD test and no so luckily came back I got type 2 HSV positive. I made her get one too which also came back positive. I am almost 100% positive they didn't use protection. Moreover, because I has a vasectomy so I wouldn't have to use protection. I had in mind that she would only be having sex with me, not anyone else. As nice as it would be to get help and move past this and build our relationship, I can't. I can't look at her. I can't stand her. All I see if she with him and it disgusts me. She's been sleeping with the kids so I don't have to sleep with her because I can't. It would take too much work that I'm not willingly to give to fix this. If we are already at the point where I can't touch her, be around her, or even look at her, I think it's best to just have us find other people. It does suck because I never thought I'd ever get married and I took a chance with her, with hope she'd be the one. I even moved from my home and favorite place in the world to be closer to where she works. Well, didn't that just come back and hit me in the face? Thanks again for all your help. I've decided to leave her after a lot of thinking. I talked to a lawyer about divorce and custody. I took an STD test and came back HSV2 positive. I confronted her, and I know I'm stuck up.